here. Hi. Yeah, it makes me happy that you're here, Gunther. You're so sweet. But yeah, hello. I don't know if you guys can hear very softly the background music. I put it very soft. So if you can't hear it, that's totally fine. But we are playing Bad End Theater today. Which is if I remember it being a very fun game. I played it many months ago. But it's very unique. And yeah. But we're gonna start playing at about 7, so like give it 2 more minutes. And while we wait, I'll just talk, I guess. But yeah, let's see. Any more fun facts? Oh gosh. So I don't want to spoil. There's I don't know how to explain it. There might not be a good ending. Who knows? Who knows? There might not be such thing as a good ending in Bad End Theater. Cuz it is a Bad End Theater. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, there's 4 characters that you guys need to know about. And there's also the narrator, I guess. So maybe 5 characters. But there is the maiden, which is just a good little girl. She's cute and she lives in the town. There's the hero, which, he's a hero. And there is the monarch. She's a ruler. I forgot what they call her in here. But yeah, she's chill. She has 3 eyes. She's pretty. And then there's the underling, which is just a little gremlin. We love little gremlins here. Whenever I first played this game, I started with just like doing everything I could with the underling because I just loved him. Yeah, I would let him bite my arm off. But yeah, now that it's 7, I guess we can start. So here, let me here, I'm gonna turn up my audio. I don't know how loud it is, but we're gonna here, I'll turn it down a little bit. And we'll switch over. Yay! Okay. But yeah, I might have to move stuff around on my screen depending on how the text sorts out here. So yeah. But here we go. I really like the soundtrack, and I don't know if it's gonna be like Undertale where there's like some sort of thing where it knows that you've played the game before. But I played it on my other computer here. I'm gonna make my avatar a little bit bigger. I'll move myself over too. Yay! Hello. But yeah, so I don't know if the game knows that I've already played it, but it was on my other computer, so hopefully not. Oh gosh, I am doing things here. Let's see. There we go. Enter! Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You'll make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whatever doll you would like. We are the human doll or the demon doll? What do we want to be? Human or demon? Are we person that looks normal or person that looks angry? Let's go with a human. We're a human. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. He's a friendly little guy. How will you interact with the demon doll? I'll play nice. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. We are the demon doll now. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Let's play nice. I want to be friends with everyone. You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Hey guys, I think the narrator's a bad guy. I don't know. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Puzzle game. Good end theater. Woo. We can stop now. The game's done. Now try turning the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. Let's make the human doll attack. And we shall be the demon doll. Okay. Let's play nice. You try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you. End tutorial. Wait, what happens if you make them both fight? We die together! Violence! I'm done. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show! Bro, this music is a bop, though. But yeah, we have 41 endings to get. Now, who do we want to be? Who do we want to start as? We have the hero, the maiden, the underling, and oh, it's the overlord. Okay, not the monarch, the overlord. We're gonna like vibe. Oh my gosh, this like song is a bop. So yeah, it actually tells you how many of each there is, so then you can collect all of them. And then like there's like even like a little branch on like what changes you can make with different characters in order to do certain things. So yeah, once you unlock it all, then it's so fancy. No, I don't want to exit the theater. Oh wow, okay. But yeah. Let's see. Is the music decent? I also want to make sure that's good. I'm gonna take a drink while I wait. Sip. Okay. I think a good start would probably be, let's start with the hero. Just because he's fun. Oh my gosh, this is Bob. Okay. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the other occasional... You can't hear it at all? Is it because I'm too loud? I don't need to turn it that loud. I need to move the chat too. Okay. But am I still louder than the music? There we go. I don't know why my chat isn't like... Normally, I have the setting where it just like slides off after 20 seconds, but the chat's just staying on the screen. So I guess that corner is now just chat, which is fine. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, but yeah, let's see. We're the hero now. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures, fighting evil monsters and whatnot. Here, actually, I'm gonna pull out my better chat than my OBS chat. To the top, boys! You're funny, Gunther. Okay. You are told that a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Yes! Make the ants! Make the ants! Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. But you were happy to protect the townspeople. You were born to play this role. His name is literally Hero. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But the demon soldiers block your path. How could you could kill them and gain experience? What should we do? Oh, you wanted to see the top of it? Yeah. It did indeed. Cut off. This is like, oh my gosh, this is like a bop. Okay, do you want to flee like a coward or bravely slaughter the evil creatures? Oh my gosh. This is... It's Kagamine Len. Oh my gosh. He's everywhere. We might need to kill him. Cause then we can complete the circle of Len dying everywhere. Kill. We shall English, oh my gosh. We shall bravely slaughter the evil creatures. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates and you are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There is no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Shall we cut through the demon army or ask if they'd let us in? We just murdered their comrades. Shall we murder them too? Death. Kill. We cut through the demon army. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyways. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing, murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns in her ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you're too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You turn to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero end. Okay. So do we want to try Maiden next? Or what do we want to do? We won! There's no such thing as females in this world anyways. Let's see. So yeah, we could... But yeah, let's see. We could also turn it off. Let's go on with the Maiden. We'll go through this story, just normally first, and then we will, start the puzzle of trying to organize what the heck happens, later. You are a maiden! You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? Everyone in her village is just horrendous, and she's the only beautiful girl there. But girls don't exist. What is she? She's an alien. You are in church, you pray to your God, asking why you have been born into this role of a maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, you know, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Okay, what should we do? Should we shout for a hero to come save us? Or should we introduce ourselves? I mean, we came out here to introduce ourselves. And look, he's just a cute little guy. He wouldn't hurt us. He's smaller than us. He's a little dude. He's a little guy. Let's introduce ourselves. You tell the demon your name and explain that you are a maiden from the village. Yeah, it's just a demon in shorts. He's Joey from Pokemon, you know. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting. A lot. How painful! This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you just have been more patient? Why do you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting the demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Consumed maiden end. Reset the stage. Time for the underling to see what happens. Oh my gosh, this bop. Maybe. Let me see. Let me double check. Oh, I see what happened. So, what happened is that on stream, because of the way that I edited my, thing to go, like, transparent like that, I can't actually change it from top chat to live chat. So, then what happens is that, like, that's just set on top chat and I can't change it. So like it doesn't show what's in live chat. It's scuffed. But yeah, so I can see it in live chat and I just turned on live chat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I see it though. Yes, the maiden is a femboy. But yeah, let me see. I'm gonna drink some more liquid. Okay, let's see. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearable. English. What did you say? Oh, it's not a banned word. I wouldn't ban femboy. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way out here to challenge the Overlord anyways. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break, so you decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she's some kind of snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. He's just a little guy, look at him! He's just a little dude. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Should we overthrow her or no? Bro, this music is a bop. Okay. Do we want to overthrow her? Do we want to yeet her to the wolves? Anarchy! Okay, let's overthrow her. No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time to for a change of management. Your friend suggests that maybe you should be the new Overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take that day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them that you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says that she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Gobble her up or hear her out. Gosh, just like... Okay, if we're going full anarchy, should we just gobble her up anyways? We should like nom 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 nom. Because that seems like what the original story's going for. With like the hero dying, the maiden dying. Well, not the hero dying, I guess, but the hero coming to the castle to find... We saw the other option? Like, we could hear her out. As the maiden wants to talk to us. So we could continue the plot that way, or we could gobble her up and go to the hero's end, and we see what's already happened at the hero's end. But like this is just a start, so like we'll do the next one later too. It's really depending on what we want from her perspective. Yeah. Do we want to murder her and see what happens after, or do we want to hear her out? Though, like, yeah. I'm gonna drink water. I've had to talk so much today already that, like, now my throat hurts. But I gotta stream, so I'm here for the next 2 hours. Okay. Let's see. I need to get some stream music for myself, too. This is just reminding me. Let's see. Should we just gobble her up and see what happens? Oh, we need her help to overthrow the revolution? I mean, yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. If you're talking about her help. Do we want to steal the maiden? The maiden is ours now. Kara gets a maiden. I have all the women, and do you want to know why? It's because I have a forklift license. I know how to drive a forklift and you don't, but I get more women than you. Ha 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 ha. Okay. But yeah, okay. We can hear her out if you want. I'm fine with it. Yeah, let's hear her out. Oh my gosh, that picture's so cute. You're in a good mood today, and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would be even possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Oh no! Gunther may have more women than me. I have here. I can top. Yeah, I can do even better. I have a forklift license, and I have a pharmacy technician license, which means I can enter into pharmacies and use a forklift at the same time. Not really. But it's now a competition. I once had a food handler's permit too. It's expired now, but we don't have to care about that. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. Gunther has no maidens, but has the possibility to get many. Oh my gosh, that picture's so cute! The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mentioned how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, "That was a joke, of course." She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. Oh. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of a battle. You emerge from your room to find that the hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! Do we want to avenge our fallen comrades or save ourselves? Oh, it's this Bob. Oh my gosh. Look, he's killing Joe. He's killing Joe, not Joe. This is so sad. This is a depressing day. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're dancing. Oh my god. So the skull means... We're getting the hell out of here. This guy is a joke. Look at him, he's just a poor little baby boy. You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad not to be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle. English is hard sometimes. Reading is also hard. Until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons, where you'll live peacefully, alone, in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Deserter Underling End. Time to reset the stage. Time for the Overlord. Let's make him hungry. We're making him hungry. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. Pretty much. Yeah, I was looking for... I honestly didn't know what game to play because I don't really have a lot of games downloaded on my streaming computer. So then I was like, oh, I have Bad End Theater downloaded, and the ending credits uses Eleanor Forte, which is a Synth V voice bank. So then I was like, oh, I can show off, like, I can show off her music. Oh. So then I decided to play this game. But yeah, it is a lot of reading, and I do like visual novels, but like my throat hurts and reading's hard. What is their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself that everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being an evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walk into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyways. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Should we tell him to go back to work or grant them the day off? I mean, if we tell them to go back to work, then, like, that's how he tries to overthrow us, I guess. Let's see. I'm gonna drink more water. My throat really hurts. Okay. Liquid. Okay. Let's grant them the day off, I think. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You awake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army, and you are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs you and cuts you into pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. Truth was, You were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness. Conquered Overlord End. Instead of making him hungry, let's make him disloyal. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think? And yeah, this is all going to be the same. And I don't want to read it a ton. Okay, so we get to the first option. And what we're gonna do to make him plot to overthrow us is to tell them to get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castles tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents as the overlord. Oh my gosh, the happy music makes me happy. Happy, happy. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier has brought back some company. You thought you told the underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. It looks like they took on an unauthorized break away from the castle. Stumbling across my words is fun. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this guest, so you have to let them off easy. The underling's not so bad. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's just come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her that you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying. Just stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Okay, what do we want to do? Do we tell her that she'd be better going home? Or let her stay for a while? She's so cute. Oh my gosh. I like this song. Okay. Let's see. Chat makes me laugh. Like, I just like how it's just like a wall of Gunther. It's cute. Here, I'll tell her that it's stay and talk. Nothing will go wrong, I promise. Okay, let's let her stay for a while. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all what she expected them to be. This is such a gay moment, and I love it. Not really. I feel like they would be so cute together. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. Gunther. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought that thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and they were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in our village are a little exhausting at times. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm fangirling right now. You notice the sounds of battle have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous, but you reassure her that it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle has really taken it out of you. Did the hero do this? There's so much blood. Why? Why did he come for the maiden? Oh, English is hard. Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There is never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing. But you are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You've had it with these humans, always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there is nothing left of the hero, and the maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Wrathful Overlord End. Yay! Let's try Maidenless. No gay. Big L. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty... Oh wait, can I skip this part? There we go. Okay. So do we want that from the hero's perspective then? Or do we want to flee? Because we can flee. Kagamine Len. Would that make this Rin then? Who knows? Who knows? I'm just vibing here. Let us bravely slaughter these evil creatures for right now. Okay, skip. Ask if they'll let you in. You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier you haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You have no choice to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way through the castle, fending off the demons that stand in your way. You make it to the Overlord's chamber and hope there's still time to save the maiden. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Let's destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and then surprise. And then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it. After a slight hesitation, she must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero end. Wow! We're just going through collecting things now. Okay. Let's shout for a hero to come save us. You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking that maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by the demon already. The demon doesn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them, but to your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. No thoughts head empty. I love that little like flower picture where he just stares at the flower. He's like so cute. Oh my gosh. You've explained why you come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens or do anything else that would agitate humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out and something awful will happen. Then the hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe that you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden. She doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying in to talk to her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero after them. You realize that must be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says that you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You always thought the demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems that the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really, they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. Oh my gosh, my throat hurts so much. Okay, more water. But maybe everything I just said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. True. Honestly, you always kept to yourself, but spending time with this overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think of that, a hero enters the room. The hero suddenly dashes forward towards the overlord, sword drawn. Do we want to protect her or do nothing? We should protect our love interest. Oh my gosh, this song is a bop. Yeah, so we saw do nothing, so let's protect her. Well, it looks like we still died. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. Oh, I clicked off my game. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way that you die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad that your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than you being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Sacrificial maiden and death. This is such... It's so silly. Silly music. Okay, let's see that from the Overlord's point of view, though. I'm gonna tell him to get back to work. Let's skip it again. And let her stay for a while. Cause, like, what happens after, like, the hero kills the maiden? Like, do you just stand there like, oh, whoops. Gay timeline. Yeah. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. Before you even know how to react, he makes his move, and the maiden makes hers. She used her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why did this happen? The maiden falls to the floor, lifeless as the pool of blood beneath her grows. So does your rage. Oh yeah, we can check the choice tree. This hero has taken something precious from this world. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. Oh my gosh, she's mad. You could go on to destroy them all and become the ruler of the entire world. Oh wow. Vengeful Overlord NB. I haven't gotten that end before, by the way. Okay, so let's look at the Overlord, because it looks like we're doing a lot of her things. So, the Overlord loses to the hero. The Overlord sets her sights on world domination after the maiden is killed. The Overlord destroys the hero after he destroyed her army. So we need the heroic, and then if we don't do martyr, then we can get another, we can get another thing. Castlevania? Huh? Confusion? So I'm gonna turn Martyr off, because we need to see each ending from each person in order for it to count. So we have to see stuff that we've already seen in other timelines in order for that to work. So I'm gonna do some skipping here, just to see what happens. He suddenly strikes, cutting through you with his blade. He didn't even hesitate. Oh, you've gone soft. How could you have let your guard down like that? How unfair. After all you've done to avoid this outcome, you can't outrun your destiny. The heroes always slay the Overlord. You should never have trusted a human. You watch as the hero escorts the maiden out of your castle. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Oh! Okay. Well. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. So, let's see. I think we need a different maiden trait in order to get here. Or we could just tell them... Here, it might let us get a different one if we actually tell the maiden to go away. I think we're gonna try doing the Overlord's tree first, and then going from there. Just to get, it's easier to focus on one character at a time. So we're gonna let her stay. Oh, whoops. I actually did that wrong. Yeah, whoops. Okay. Here we go. Skip. Tell her she'd better go home. You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put your mean face on and tell her to get lost. But the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. Okay, is this the same thing? It is. Okay. So she forces you to stay. Okay, so then, let's see. If we make her antisocial, and then go with the maiden, and skip, we can be nice, that's fine. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. The illusion of choice. Okay, let's obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter the hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know that the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero thinks you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the humans. What nerve! You're very upset that the so-called hero would treat you this way. You leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. Oh my gosh, I can actually scroll. Wow, I can scroll through things. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. Twitter. Prove. Everyone on Twitter's like, prove it! Prove it! I'm gonna drink liquid again. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say, Big Sur, it didn't happen. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wondered how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly. So why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Executed Maiden End. Okay, so now let's see what happens to the Overlord whenever you tell her to go away. You would love to have the yeah, here. You tell her to get lost, the maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figured you may as well go back to bed now. But you didn't get to rest for very long. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You curse at them, choking on your own blood. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Death. Assassinated Overlord End. We win these! So let's make him loyal and try that again. Boom! Explosions! Okay. Tell her that she's better to go home. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going back to bed. Now what happens? But you don't get to rest for very long. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? Fire! You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you. Oh, whoops. But this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burned Overlord End. Okay, let's see how our endings are going. Okay. Okay, so we need more traits from both the hero and underling in order to get another end right here. And right here. So it looks like we can get even more traits from the hero. So let's try that first. You are the hero. Let's flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know that the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? That's dangerous! The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Let's believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you, even though her story is kind of hard to believe. You feel like you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them that it isn't your story to tell, but you merely ran into her on her way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens, or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her. But to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You are too busy thinking about what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town's elder, he implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately, and says he'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. She suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously a liar and a witch from the start. The people are shouting for you to hunt her down, hunt her and her demon friends down already. But that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon's territory. Evil miasma? No. You realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead. She's stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You'd only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is too thick now. You think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it have been worth risking your life on that choice? Your legs feel heavy. No. Going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander, hero, and A. I'm gonna drink more liquid now. Okay. Alrighty. Time for the underling. We haven't gotten much of his chaos. Let's overthrow her. You're out. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or not. And being a pretty lazy underling, of course you reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Should we defend the Overlord? Or should we kill the Overlord? Also, this demon right here is like a gender. This demon is gender. I mean, we could do both technically, so I guess we'll start with let's kill the Overlord. You tell them. You tell them you're just joking, and to clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you're always terrible at jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you're innocent all along. But beneath your shield of, that's faux, right? I say that like faux. The X is silent, I think. Confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside and ask, Yes, okay. Yeah, okay, that's good. Outside the castle, talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea on how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in their room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan! That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance, your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make the revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You don't really want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You and your friends turn to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if you kill oh my gosh, it's hard to read. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. Let's toss her in the dungeon! You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her into the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. And now, a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asking about a maiden, perhaps the very nice one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice!" and other such cliche hero lines before driving his sword into the gatekeeper's torso. You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to just slip away without being cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and the hero locked in battle, but they've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was just a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who managed to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects now bow before you. You live in fear that they one day will betray you, as you betrayed your Overlord. Lord Underling End A. Okay, let's be the maiden in this. He's very surprised that the demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. The two of you return to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. They had all been so worried and are very glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there's nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seemed confused and looked to the hero for explanation. He tells them that he only ran into you on his way to the castle, and this really isn't his story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord, and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens or other mean things like that. The villagers look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his words over yours, but you don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. You're pretty shocked that everyone's as hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't even sure anymore. The old man implores the hero to go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says that you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you're conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'd be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. The true villain is society. True. I'm gonna drink more water, sorry. Okay. We got this. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Let's grab the hero and run. You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in a village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world would be... English. The world is better off with less of them. This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the yeah, it is unreliable. Okay, I was right the first time. Follow shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all of your words spilling out at once. You probably should slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognized from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised that they're a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. Here, let's see. I need to do this. There we go. The other demons come in right after them, saying this whole thing was the underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she's very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss at each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that must have jinxed it, because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only I had ignored these demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes your underling, and they beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do. You just pray. Yes, I do. The Overlord had it for aesthetics, you know? The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest, and they scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. There's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Devout Maiden End. Okay. Oh my gosh, I need another drink of water, sorry. Okay. I drink so much liquid all the time. Not really. My throat just really hurts. Okay, we got this. This music is a bop. I know I've already said that, but, you know. The maiden suddenly bursts into your room, accompanied by the hero. She's trying to frantically communicate something to you, but you're still half asleep. They tell you a group of demons after your life. You still don't grasp the urgency of the situation. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They are followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was that first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell for them all to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambitions cloud their judgment and lead them to try taking your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. The group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. And in an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds down the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die. Burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. Wooden door. It wins. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot, knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Let's forgive them. Release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make anything make you feel better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You all burn together. Overlord's true end. Before you're taken back to the reset, to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to yourself. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad in theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you'd be shown and when you entered this place. English is hard sometimes. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't gonna find that here in my theater, my lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Let's reset the stage. Sorry, sir, I only wish for people's downfalls. I want everyone to die. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, I'm trying to like think of my way to get here. Okay, so let's let her have the day off. Tells Maiden go home. Okay, so we make him disloyal, but then we go here. Skip, and then grant them the day off. And then skip. Tell her that she's better to go home. then skip. Oh, okay, so they still try to overthrow. I don't think so. Here, so we take retribution. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He's wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Let's see. I can try. But the thing is, like... Yeah, I don't think you can. I like how it has, like, a special true end, though. Okay. So, we have 2 more endings to get on the Overlord's thing, and one of them is, like, a unique hero trait, apparently. One of them's a unique underling trait. Let me try seeing what more is happening with the underling. Okay. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice. You set out on your adventure. The change in atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Let's hear her out. You're in a good mood today. Okay, I can skip this. That's good. So we're taking a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning out a whole revolution, and they want to get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or not. And being a pretty lazy underling, of course you come up with a reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Let's do this bad ending really quick. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered, and you already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Faithful underling end. You tell your friends that you're totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually pretty cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably that there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat. The second word is messing me up. I'm gonna skip it. Would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise you for your mischievous ways. And then we're gonna skip. We're gonna hear her out. It's gonna skip. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. 2 seconds later. Okay. There's a pair of humans that have overheard your entire conversation. They take off into the castle. They're headed to the Overlord's room. Fuck. The Overlord would kill you for sure if she found out you're conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up. Except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea, that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. French. The struggle. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shouted at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone, to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped here with the Overlord and the two humans, and then the room bursts into flames. You pound the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat, and you cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you sided with her. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. What? What are we saying what to? So, Plan A was setting the room on fire. Plan B was the little demon guy's plan, and that was just to go into her room while she was sleeping and just like kill her that way, which is what the original death thing for the tyrant was. So we've already kind of seen it, but not really. So yeah. We haven't seen it in full detail. There was just one of the endings where she woke up from her sleep and he was on top of her and everything. I don't know. It was a while ago, so you could have possibly missed it. I don't know. I can try getting back there. Let's see. I can try doing that. Okay, here it is. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Do we want to be a coward? Or do we want to kill her? I'm gonna drink water. Oh, wait. Okay. Liquid. Chickening out kills us, apparently. By the way. You've lost the plot. So the plot changes each time you play. Technically. So pretty much, you have to change each person's personality traits, and then the plot changes based on what personality traits change. So right now, the plot is that the underling did not kill the maiden, but the Overlord sent the maiden home, and the maiden was burned at the stake. And so now nobody's in position to get rid, get in the way of the underling's plan. So the underling is free to kill the Overlord because he was pressured by his friends to do that. But now we get to choose if he actually kills the Overlord or if he chickens out. But yeah, I'll chicken out on this one just because I want to see what happens. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. You leave the room but find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. It seems that this has been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty, fucked up. And I don't like cursing, so this is really painful for me that this game curses. Like, I don't want to curse. I really, like, I like, it's not comfortable for me. Like, the pain. And asked again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in your bed while your head is turned, and the demons shut the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. While you're trembling, you can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. No? What? You want me to do it? Do what? Murder? Or curse? Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get to the door to open, to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Cowardly Underling end. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna actually kill her to see. You figure the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat. So you do that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You're being contained! I'm not doing anything! What's going on? Chatbot is evil? I mean, it's showing up on the screen, from what I see. On OBS. What's wrong? Also, I'm gonna dance now. If anything, I'm contained because I can't really lean forward at this model. I can't dance. It's what isn't showing up. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say in my wholesome YouTube chat? I'm gonna drink water again. Liquid! Okay. Whew. We got this. This music is bop. I know I keep saying that, but still. You remind yourself that it was either her or you, and you aren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room and find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased, only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are their new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that one day they'll betray you, just as you betrayed your overlord. Okay. Okay, so now I want to try getting the true, ending. To your surprise, the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you must have gone from one dead end to another. The maiden is crying, the hero is silent. You'll all burn together. Okay, yeah. So that's Underling's true end. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what it makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair? Or... let's reset the stage. Trying to dance. You really wanted me to say a bad word. Let's see. I gotta think of bad words. What's in my dictionary, guys? Fire truck. Fudge nuggets. Oh no. Bananas. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh, you're being... oh. Oh my gosh. You're being oppressed. I'm so sorry that that YouTube is doing this to you. Cause I don't think I really... yeah. I don't know. Wow. Okay. You said that a lot of times, though. Okay, we're gonna try getting the hero's true ending now. Okay, so now for, this is the maiden dragging the hero away, and yeah. As you stand there, not sure what to do, the maiden announces that she is going to prove her story to the village. She drags you along with her. She has much better odds with you around, so you don't object. Adventure awaits! When you make it to the castle, you spy a group of suspicious demons hanging around near the entrance, and you can't help but overhear their conversations. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room, and... as... what? Okay. Sometimes reading is hard. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. The demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by a group from the entrance, who shifts the blame back into the little one. These demons only really care about themselves. How low can they be? You begin shouting at them. The whole room dissolves into noise until the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here just to get this maiden to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss at each other before shutting the door, leaving the rent of the litter behind. You glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is set in flames. What kind of demon magic is this? The underling pounds on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord has taken a hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. Is she going to kill it as retribution? It continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? You guess it doesn't matter now. You all burn together. Hero's true end. One more, and it's the maiden. Yay! Okay. Obey her. Grab the hero and run. The Overlord spares the underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Maiden's true end. Okay. So, do we fight this, or do we keep playing? That's the true question. Do you want to collect more endings? Or do we want to fight the narrator? It's up to you. I'm gonna drink water. I was trying to be I was trying to be cool and everything, and yeah, now I'm just thirsty. I'm out of liquid now. This is so depressing. Let me think on that. We could see each ending from everyone's perspective. But there's not like any more content, I don't think. So, there might be, but I'm not sure. Because there's 41 endings. And once you do the main 4, then like the true endings, then you can unlock the true ending. Like, for example, while playing this, I got 2 new endings that I didn't get before. So there's other ways to play. But, like, if you're just, like, speed running into, just trying to get into, just straight to the true ending, then it typically takes, like, about, 2 hours to get to. Which we are about at that mark. It's suspenseful without music. I like how whenever I blink, my mouth opens just because my mouth sensitivity is up so high that like my VTuber model just freaks out. I think it's doing better now. But yeah. I'm gonna go get water really quick. And here. Let me... There we go. I shall be back. Liquid. Okay. Headphones are on. Let's go get the true ending. Unless. Give them a bad end of their own. Okay. Perfect. Glad we're on the same page. It can't end like this. Okay. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone. But retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. I thought I was talking as the narrator first, so then I was like trying to like sound like, I don't know, like just murder my voice anyways. And then I realized, oh wait, this is like me talking. So yeah, sorry about that. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? If there's nothing you can do by acting from within their story, maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. The Overlord is burning. The Underling is burning. The hero is burning. The maiden is burning. You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. It's just... You didn't know you could do that, but what's going on here? Oh my gosh, you're so cute! You take a moment to take a good look at yourself. You are you, but why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it. Self-insert character. The hero, maiden, underling, and overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? I've come to save you! Oh my gosh, I'm so cute! You explain to the group that you've witnessed their many terrible into shining fates, and now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered! You must be... her god? No, you're merely the player. If there is any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now, you realize what the real true ending must be. Now. Enough of this. I admit, I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passe? How do I say that? Too much words. You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe that you were the only one who could force your way onto the stage, did you? I am the narrator, the storyteller, the god of this world. Call me tragedy if you would like. The darkness envelops your party. You don't mind... What? Oh, okay. Now I can read. Okay. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in darkness with me, tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though, I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful. I'm not sick of the bad endings. I just want to see something new. Are you trying to say that my bad endings have gone out of style? You have some nerve. You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending? It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you've got. L plus you fell off. Time to fight God! The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I love to see it. Let's defend. You try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that. Wait, let me try that again. Let's attack. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world after all. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold my beautifully tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all make your heart ache? You've witnessed 23 of my painstakingly craft endings. Your heart does indeed ache for these characters. Oh, whoops, sorry. Oh my gosh, completely forgot about that. Yeah, thank you. I was so enveloped. There we go. I'm back from grabbing water, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna drink some water. Now that I have water. Okay. Scuffed. How could you want to put an end to all this? Do you truly care for them that much? They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. Let's summon. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fires contained to the torches on the wall. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no. You're not here to serve her. It's more like you've come to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day in sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think that I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetrating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think that it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. Realize that she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer her to change her fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. I see. So this is tragedy. Ah, you brought the Overlord! I don't stand a chance now! You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Or are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. How can you explain it in a way that the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero's gear. You sense his pride in his hobby, and you wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would he like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some clothes from the hero would be rather nice. He's overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the others' townfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero. Please, tell me what I can do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one that's been killing us, murderer. I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Wonder if I should attack or... Oh wait, I have HP. Oh, Tragedy is the one with the infinite HP. I was like, what? Okay. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty, as you expected. They call out to you. The other demon on guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want? You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the underling that you've come to save them from tragedy. Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. Underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I don't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the underling's friends, who had bullied them into an assassination plot, only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true end for the underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case. Underling will now fight alongside you. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle. The underling, You must be desperate to call in such an unreliable ally. Huh. If I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Time for the best woman. The maiden. You happen to find the maiden as she exits a church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing! She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I have never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are, in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today. You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She's the catalyst of the story, after all. My role as a maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown tired of waiting. You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so you ask what it is that she's really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for this maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please, guide me. The maiden will now fight alongside you. What is this horrible creature? You ruined me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. This should be familiar to you. This should be familiar to you as well. English is hard. Okay. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? Show me! Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna go ambition. I will reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Okay. Okay, let's go with tenacity. Knock me down and I'll just come back stronger. The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Kindness or hope? Let's go hope. Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Let's go willpower. Your reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in. The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You unleash one final attack to finally destroy tragedy. Wow! You've done it! You've managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. And thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We've defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally. Thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good end after all. I apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it, I wonder? I'm satisfied. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. Okay. Listen. I hope you guys could hear that well. We did it! That was Eleanor Forte. It's a short song, but it's really cute. We did it! And there we go, we had our 2-hour stream. We'll go back here. Let's see. we go. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Gunther, you're a sweetheart. Thank you for coming to the stream again. But yeah, I'll probably go for now. I'll stream again on Monday, and we are going to be streaming Monster Camp. So if you want to play Monster Camp with us, I think Tuco might be joining. It depends, but he should be joining. Maybe. But yeah, feel free to come by on the Monster Camp stream. And chat will be their own character. So you guys will have to like vote and have fun. It's the rules to have fun. So yeah. But I hope to see you guys then. And yeah, have a great day until then. Bye. Bye bye. Farewell.